What the Fraggle Rock? What the Fraggle Rock? Ladies and gentlemen, ow, I am so sore. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. I am so sorry that I'm late today. Man, I am so fucking tired. I am so tired, man. I'm so tired. I'm tired of being tired. Tired of not sleeping. I don't know why I can't sleep lately. But anyway, welcome back. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I'm sorry I'm late. Cryptic, what's up, my dude? Good morning. What a shock. Actually on time. The clocks say just about 11. Yeah, just about. Just about. It's still technically 11:57, but still 11. 11 is still the first set of digits in the clock time. So yeah, apologies. Sorry I'm late. I mentioned yesterday that I had to, had to stop stream early to go to Philly to pick up a guest. So we've got a guest staying in the house, and because we have a guest staying in the house, I am being pulled in 17 different directions. This morning, my wife had to go to Costco. So I got to go to Costco. Oh my God, I got to go to Costco on a Thursday morning. It was a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. But we got it done. We got it done and we're back. So that's what's important. So yeah, it was unavoidable. There was nothing I could do. I wasn't getting out of it. That's for damn sure. Even though we had every opportunity to go. Monday night, I didn't have jujitsu. After stream, I went in Monday night and I said, "Did you want to go to Costco tonight?" She said, "No, we'll just wait till Wednesday night." Okay, so Wednesday night rolled around. "No, I want to go to the pool with Deanna." She's the girl that's staying with us. She's another Tuvan. She's 16, young Tuvan girl. Honestly, I have no idea how my wife's family knows her, but so we didn't go Wednesday night, which meant we ended up going this morning. So yeah, I didn't get fresh cookies, but I did get the $1.50 hot dog and drink combo, which I love. A foot-long all-beef hot dog and a drink with free refills for $1.50. You cannot beat it. No, nope. I don't go for the chicken bake. I don't go for the pepperoni pizza. I am a miser. Deep down in my soul, I am a miser. So I am physically, mentally, and emotionally unable. I do not have the ability to pass up a deal like $1.50 for a foot-long hot dog and a drink. I don't have it. I physically, mentally, emotionally, I am incapable of passing up a deal of that stature, of that magnitude. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, the fresh cookie is free? How do you get the fresh? Wait, I didn't know there was a free fresh cookie. Wait, hold on. Extrapolate. Data extrapolate. What do you mean the fresh cookie is free? I didn't know there was a free fresh cookie. How do you get the fresh cookie? Wait a minute. What? I thought you had to pay for the cookies. Don't they you just need to ask them at the counter in the back of any Costco where they do the chickens, meats, cookies, and bread. Really? Like where you get the where you get the the rotisserie chicken in the bag? Like that counter where you get the rotisserie chicken in the bag? Shut the front door. So you just ask them and you'll get a free fresh cookie. I was not aware of that. But rest assured, I will be claiming my free fresh cookie next time we go to Costco. I had no idea. You know what, though? Now that you mention it, like, I do feel like maybe I've heard that before, you know, but never was clear about it. They also hide the tub of cookie dough there also. It's like 20 pounds. So I have a story about cookie dough. I've got a story about cookie dough. So when I was, a freshman or a sophomore in high school, one of my friends, I think we were freshmen. We were pretty young. So actually, when I was a freshman or a sophomore in high school, for a couple of years, I actually lived literally like right across the street from where I currently live now, where I currently have my own house. I used to live at the next neighborhood over, right across the street, for a couple of years. And I had a friend who worked at the Dairy Queen, the same Dairy Queen that I go to like once or twice a week now. Same exact Dairy Queen. He worked at that Dairy Queen, and he had worked there for quite a while. And at the tender age of like 15 or 16, however old we were, he had gotten himself to the point where he was a key holder at the Dairy Queen. So he had keys to the front door, and more importantly, he had keys. There used to be, they have since moved it inside, but there used to be, behind the Dairy Queen, near where the dumpsters are, there was a big outside freezer with a big lock on it, where they would keep all the bulk ingredients, bulk ice cream, all the bulk ingredients, right? So one night, it was like a Friday or a Saturday night. It was summertime. It was, I think it was probably the middle of July. It was dead smack the middle of summer. Me and my friend, his name was Dan, we were hanging out. And at this time in my life, we were both really big fish/deadheads. Okay. I went through that phase. So we were really big. He was a big deadhead and I was a big fish head, basically. So he always had a Grateful Dead shirt on. I always had a Fish t-shirt on. We hung out together and we did the sorts of things that deadheads like to do at like 16 years old, right? So this one evening, we had indulged in some of these activities, and it was really late at night, and for some reason, we started talking about ice cream. For some reason, I don't know why. And we started talking about ice cream, and eventually the conversation came around to the fact that Dan had the key to the Dairy Queen freezer. So in the middle of the night, we walked over to the local Dairy Queen, we opened up the freezer, and we robbed that motherfucker blind. We filled we were totally unprepared, so we filled our arms with as much ice cream and like everything else that we could carry. Among those things that we got was a big box. It must have been like, I don't know, like 18 inches by 18 inches square box. And inside of that box was a giant bag of cookie dough. I'm talking about a giant bag of it wasn't a solid block of cookie dough. What it was the cookie dough, like the little cookie dough nuggets that you use to make the cookie dough blizzards, right? So we got this giant bag of cookie dough. As we were like hanging out and walking around throughout the night, the cookie dough all started, it started to get warm because it was summertime. Long story short, we end up making a ball of cookie dough about the size of a basketball. This mother, I shit you not, we make this ball of cookie dough about the size of a basketball. We ended up, another friend of ours was away on vacation. Him and his family were away on vacation. But his family had a pool, and we knew how to get into his house because we would all sneak out and come over each other's houses all the time late at night. So we would leave our windows open. Our bedroom windows were always unlocked in case somebody came over, so they could open up the window and come in and get in as quick as they could. And like, you know, in case you were in the bathroom or something, you come back and your buddy would just be sitting on your bed or whatever, right? Totally like, normal teenage stuff. So we knew he was away on vacation. So we ended up taking all of this ice cream and this giant ball of cookie dough over to our other friend's house because he had a pool. So we spent the night lounging around the pool, eating cookie dough and eating ice cream. And then at the end of the night, when we, decided to go our separate ways and go home, we still had this giant ball of cookie dough left because I shit you not, it was a basketball sized ball of cookie dough. So like for whatever reason, we ended up going into this other friend's bedroom and we put the ball of cookie dough in his closet. Like, I don't know if we were thinking we were going to come back the next night and we would have some cookie dough there for us or whatever. But long story short, we forgot about it completely. Weeks go by. And finally, one day, we end up hearing from this friend. He says that he got in all this trouble because some smell started emanating from his closet. Turns out that his mom, searching for the smell, ended up finding a giant ball of cookie dough in his closet. And we had never told him about any of this, so he didn't even know that it was us who had left the cookie dough. He ended up getting in all this trouble for having this giant ball of rotting cookie dough in his closet that we left there. It was fucking insane. But yeah, that's my story about cookie dough. So, there's my story about cookie dough. I've never been turned down at any Costco. Is this for the free cookie? All you have to do is ask if they have a fresh cookie available. They've never disappointed. Very rare they have a separate counter for the cookies, bread, cakes. Yeah, I think it's the same counter in the Costco that I go to because like the rotisserie chickens and all the different meats, so like the steaks, the deli meat, like it all starts, and the bread are all kind of attached in one area. And it's one big long counter where it starts with like, it starts with like the steaks and then it transitions to like pork and like everything else. And then at the very end of that counter is where the rotisserie chicken is. So I think it's the same counter at our Costco. I just never knew that you could ask them for a fresh baked cookie, but I'm absolutely going to do that because every time we go to Costco, we get one of those rotisserie chickens. My wife loves those chickens. So every time we go, we get one of those chickens. And there's always somebody back there constantly cooking and stocking the chickens. And that's the person I normally talk to if I need something or whatever, because they're always like right there. I'm going to ask them for a cookie next time I go. Damn, anything they make in house is available for tryout. And also can buy the bulk items which aren't on the shelves like the cookie dough. I didn't know that either. So you can buy the giant ball of cookie dough from Costco. Oh man. Oh man, I did not know. But now I know. And next time we go, I'm not even going to say anything to my wife. I'm just going to go get a cookie and then eat it in front of her. It comes in a Home Depot sized bucket. Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh my God. That would get me in trouble. Dude, I have a thing for chocolate chip cookie dough. So for the holidays, like basically for me, every holiday is an excuse for me to go buy one of those tubs. You know, the little like regular consumer size, but it's the big tub of Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookie dough. Like basically every holiday, I go and buy one of those tubs of cookie dough. And really it's an excuse. I'll buy the tub. I'll make like 1 or 2 sheets of cookies like that first day that I buy the tub of cookie dough for the holiday. I'll make some cookies after dinner. But then the real reason I'm buying the tub is because the tub is then going to sit in the refrigerator afterwards. And I am then going to commence eating that tub one giant spoonful at a time in the middle of the night over the next couple of weeks. Over the next couple of weeks, I will just wake up. Every time I wake up in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 times a night, at least. I wake up a lot. Even when I do sleep, I wake up a lot. So 2 or 3 times a night, at least, often more, I'll wake up for whatever reason, and I'll walk downstairs. I'll get a giant heaping spoonful of cookie dough. I'll walk back upstairs, and I'll lay in bed eating that cookie dough. And I'll do that for like the next week or 2 until I go through that entire tub of cookie dough. There is no way that I would be able to handle a Home Depot sized bucket of cookie dough. What's up, San Chisel? Good morning, brother. Good to see you, bro. Sorry I'm late. I was at Costco this morning. That's the long and the short of it. But the true secret is asking them for the buttered croissants. They're raw and about 200 in a box. Really? Really? Bro, you're spitting gold right now because my wife buys those croissants every time we go. Her family, as I've mentioned a million times, they're from Russia. And I guess being from Russia, like croissants are like a thing that they eat as a snack. So we always have like a big box of croissants, normally like from either the Acme bakery or the Costco bakery or whatever. But anytime we go to any store, they get a big thing of fresh croissants. And there's always croissants in the kitchen because they eat them as a snack. I guess it's a thing. It's a thing in Russia, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to have to let her know about that. Yeah, that's the one that she gets. It's like, it's just a big thing. It's like like 2 dozen or something in there, however many's in there. Damn. Yeah, my wife will be excited about that. The box of 200 croissants. Oh my God. Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't know that you could buy the big bulk stuff that they don't sell on the shelves. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I had no idea. All right, hold on. Let me make sure everything's working, man. I'm so fucking tired today, guys. I gotta let you know. I am so tired. I've just like, I know I keep saying it like every day, but it's like every day I show up for stream and I'm more tired than I was the day before. Because like, I just have not been sleeping. And it's like every day I'm a little more tired. And today I am just, my energy level is low. My energy level is low. I'm just letting you guys know. It's like super low, super low. Anything they process, you just need to ask if you can purchase the bulk item. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. They'll pull it from stock and it's already tagged for purchase. That's crazy. I had no idea. I mean, I guess it makes sense though, right? Because they're all about the bulk stuff. And you do pay. I mean, you do pay a fucking membership fee to be able to shop there. So it ought to come with some goddamn privileges, right? It ought to. Yeah, which reminds me, man, like we showed up today. We showed up at 9:30 this morning. And I guess I wasn't aware of this. We have like I think the gold membership or whatever. It's like whatever the cheapest membership is. And I didn't know this, but apparently the first like it's like the first hour and a half or 2 hours when the store opens, only executive members are allowed to shop during that time. So until 10 o'clock, regular gold members aren't allowed in the store. So we showed up at 9:30 today and had to stand around for a fucking half hour while we waited for them to let us in the store. If you're really friendly with the counter person, sometimes can even get some ribs to eat while you shop. Damn, bro. You got Costco figured out, my dude. You got Costco figured out. I'm a Costco. Apparently I am like a Costco complete and total noob. Yeah, we got a BJ's. We've got a BJ's membership too, but we haven't shopped at BJ's much. The BJ's is much closer to us, but the BJ's doesn't have the stuff that my wife likes. And the BJ's doesn't sell diapers, the diapers that she wants, that she gets for the kid. They're like super cheap at Costco. So where do you get the ribs? The same counter? Is it the same counter where you get the ribs? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm definitely getting some cookies next time I go in. I'm definitely getting some cookies next time I go in. All right, so yeah, guys, just heads up, man. I am like, I'm dying. I'm dying. Energy level's super low today. I'm gonna try, I'm gonna try my best to keep energy up, but just a heads up. I am like, as the week goes on, I'm getting progressively more tired. It's getting rough. So, I had a couple things that I wanted to mention today. I feel like I don't even have the energy to go over this, but I'm going to mention it anyway. So, apparently we have found out you guys may have seen this, I don't know. You guys may have seen this. But the Halo Campaign Evolved game that's coming out later this month, like in a week and a half or so. Apparently, the new Halo Campaign Evolved remake, which is a single-player, story-only game. There is no multiplayer component to this remake. The multiplayer has been completely removed. This is a remake of the single-player campaign only. Right? So the single player campaign only remake of Halo, physical copy, is going to require an internet connection, both on the initial install and apparently also in menu just to play. So based on what we know now, that means that the new Halo Campaign Evolved remake of the single-player story mode only content from the first Halo game is going to require a constant internet connection to play. Even if you buy the physical copy. This is unacceptable. Completely fucking unacceptable. This is what we're talking about. This is not okay. This is not a physical copy of the game. This is not a physical copy. Just because you technically ship a disc, if that disc doesn't contain a playable version of that game that you can install from said disc and play without ever having to connect to the internet, download, or log into anything, then you have not shipped a physical game. This is what we're upset about. Like this right here is what we're upset about. And look, man, for anybody who's fucking says, for any white knighting corporate sycophants who are going to raise their sweaty little mitt and say, but you can't fit a 150 gigabyte game on a single disc. You don't expect them to ship multiple discs, do you? Yes, I fucking do expect them to ship multiple discs. The Blu-rays that they stamp these games on cost these companies pennies. In the 1990s, we got Final Fantasy VIII on 4 discs for the original PlayStation. That game launched at the same price as every other game on that platform. Every other AAA game on that platform. 4 discs to include the entirety of that game. That's just an example. There were many games on the PS1, the PS2, the PS3, and even the PS4. Even my Xbox Series X. My copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 is multiple discs because the game doesn't fit on a single disc. If you ship a physical quote-unquote copy of a video game for a console, the discs contained within that box should contain a complete 1.0 version of that video game that is entirely installable, and playable from the discs contained in that goddamn box. What's up, Six? Welcome, brother. Welcome back, dude. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a good day, my dude. So, yeah. The Does It Play Twitter account, or the Does It Play X account, whatever the hell it's called. But yeah, the Does It Play Twitter account has confirmed that the quote-unquote physical release of the new Halo Campaign Evolved, which again, to remind you, is a remake of the single-player campaign content only from the original Halo game. Those discs are not going to contain an entire copy of the game, and an internet connection is going to be required not only the first time you install that game, but also apparently in menu as well. So constant internet connection required for the quote unquote physical version of this single player game. Xbox, you ain't getting away with this shit just because everybody's mad at Sony right now. Fuck you too, Xbox. We're not taking this shit from you either. Console industry is in trouble, man. Console industry's in trouble. Look, I know that I'm a minority. I do. I know that I'm a minority. But I know that I'm not alone either. And I also know that though I may be a minority, I know that myself and the minority of my ilk, those of us like-minded individuals, like myself, old heads, right? who buy a console specifically for the ability to have physical games for that console. That's why I have a console. My console is for physical games because I cannot get those physical games for my computer. If I could, I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have a console at all. My console is for physical games. And I know that I'm a minority, but I also know that I'm not alone. And most importantly, I know that those of us who are in that same camp who own a console because we can have physical games for that console, I also happen to know that we spend more money on video games than the general public and than probably most other demographics who own consoles. We spend the most. We buy the most games. We buy the special editions of games. We're not going to buy your consoles and we're not going to buy your games if we can't buy working physical copies of those games. We're just not going to do it. It's the whole reason we buy consoles. So yeah, man, I just wanted to share that. I know it's just angry, awful, but you know, yeah, it's co-op enabled. It is. It is. And you know, the original was couch co-op, and I believe the remake is couch co-op enabled and also online co-op enabled as well, which is fine. You know, internet connection needs to be required if you want to engage in the co-op, you know, portion of the game. That's fine. But that is an option. That should not affect my ability to play the single player version of that game without needing to constantly be connected to the internet and without needing to connect to the internet at all. Like, that's the other thing. The disc doesn't even ship with the game on it. The disc ships with a launcher that then connects to a distribution server and then downloads the actual game files from that server. That's unacceptable. Like I said, ship multiple discs. It's not that fucking hard. It's not a complicated problem to solve. You know, it's not a complex issue, complex mathematical equation that you need to solve here. Xbox, ship the goddamn game on the disc. Ship it on multiple discs if you have to. This isn't a physical copy. This is not how physical copies work. This is a worthless piece of plastic and a coaster is what this is. There's no point in me buying this because I was planning on buying the physical version for my Xbox, even though it's available on Game Pass. I almost said free. I pay for fucking Game Pass, so it's not free. But even though it's available on Game Pass, right? So I get access to it with my Game Pass subscription. I was going to play the Game Pass subscription on my PC for the channel, and then I was going to buy the disc version for my Xbox. I'm not going to do that now. There's no point. There's no point in me buying that. There's no point at all. Because without the game on that disc is worthless. It's worthless. Also, in other Xbox news, Asha stripped Bethesda of the Fallout IP. Yeah, I saw that too. Handed the keys to Obsidian since they produced a better Fallout product with New Vegas. OG Josh Scheuer will return to lead the new project. Yeah. Yeah, so Asha has stripped Fallout from Bethesda and given it to Obsidian. And honestly, I couldn't be happier about it. I could not be happier. I think like you said, the fact that Josh Scheuer is returning, Obsidian, we already know, can do a phenomenal job, a better job than Bethesda. I'll say this, I have no faith left that Bethesda can make good games anymore. I just don't. I don't believe Bethesda is I don't believe that Bethesda is any longer capable of making good games. I just don't think that they can make good games anymore. Todd Howard is he's become an old, out of touch, incompetent executive, essentially. And that entire studio, they have done nothing but piss away their reputation and all of the fan loyalty that they have had for the great games that they did create decades ago. The last good game that they created was Morrowind, right? That was what? How many years ago? I don't even know. I don't even know. But yeah, man, I'm pretty excited about that. I think Obsidian's going to do a really good job. Honestly, I think that they should take I think they should take the Elder Scrolls away from them as well. I think they should take the Elder Scrolls away as well. Because let's think about it, right? Elder Scrolls 6. When that, like, remember when the first teaser came out? What was that, like 15 years ago that the first Elder Scrolls 6 teaser came out? Remember how excited everybody was? If they were to drop an Elder Scrolls 6 fucking gameplay teaser tomorrow, saying that the game was going to release in 18 months, do you think it would generate the kind of excitement that that first teaser generated 15 years ago? I don't. I think that at this point, it's been too long, and Bethesda has clearly demonstrated too much incompetence. I think that they missed their opportunity for the Elder Scrolls 6. I really do. And I think the final nail in that coffin was man, I'm sorry. I'm so tired. My head is just like my brain is not working. Crimson Desert. I think the final nail in that coffin was Crimson Desert. Jeff, what is up, my dude? Welcome back, brother. Happy Thursday, Jeff. Thank you for the bits. I love you. I appreciate you. It's good to see you, man. How you doing? What's good, my dude? What is good, my dude? Sorry I'm late. We had to go to Costco this morning. Also, I'm very, very tired. I know that I keep saying that. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I'm just letting you guys know that, like, I'm getting progressively more exhausted as the week goes on because I just haven't been sleeping. And so I'm having a hard time keeping myself on track. And I'm just letting you know why. So yeah, man, I think that, like, I think even Elder Scrolls 6, I think Bethesda has missed the window for that. Because too much time has gone by, and they have demonstrated far too much incompetence for the Elder Scrolls 6 to really generate the kind of excitement that they would want it to generate. And I think that Crimson Desert was kind of the final nail in that coffin. Because we can only judge Bethesda by their work, right? We can only judge them by the things that they have produced. And apparently, the most advanced, biggest thing that they have ever produced was Starfield. Hold up Starfield against Crimson Desert? Do we really believe that Bethesda is capable of creating an open world Elder Scrolls game that is going to even be comparable to the scope and scale and complexity of Crimson Desert, let alone exceed that game? Do we really believe that the company that produced Starfield is going to create an open world game more impressive than Crimson Desert? I don't believe that for a second. What I think they're going to create Starfield in Tamriel. That's what they're going to create. And it just isn't good enough. Like Skyrim. What did I say? Morrowind? I meant to say Skyrim. I'm telling you, my brain's not working. Look at Skyrim, right? Look at Skyrim. Skyrim is a great game, and it was for its time. It was just a fantastic game. Incredible. Great open world. A great example of a really impressive open world game, but 20 years ago. You look at Skyrim now, and like, honestly, like, games have come a long way since then. Still a good game for the time that it was produced, but it's an incredibly simple game. The quests are incredibly simple. It's very fetch quest. Like, that's mostly its entire quest system is fetch quests, right? Like, it's a very simple game compared to the open world games that we get now. Starfield is like Skyrim in space with some extra steps. So I think they should strip away Elder Scrolls as well. I think they should give Elder Scrolls to like Pearl Abyss. You know what I'm saying? I think they should give Elder Scrolls to Pearl Abyss. I think them will be cooking, boys. They give Elder Scrolls to Pearl Abyss and we would be cooking, son. We would be cooking. Xbox disc, Xbox, God, I need a fucking drink. Xbox disc. All right, yeah, Cryptic's got some more info. So Xbox disc for Halo will include 38 gigs of base files. But yes, additional needs to be downloaded. Yeah, and I think the game, hold on, I think the game is almost 150 gigs. We can look at it. I haven't installed it yet, but we can look at it. I think the full game is close to 150 gigs. Let's see, where is it? So I can oh, you know what? I don't know if the pre-install. Yeah, the pre-install is just a small launcher. I think the full game, though, I think the full game is going to be close to like 150 gigs. I heard that somewhere. I don't know where I heard it, but I think it's like close to like it's over 100 gigs. So it would require 2 discs. 40 gigs is basically like maybe some texture files in the launcher, right? Not much else. Just go ahead and get that started since we're thinking about it. When's this come out, by the way? God, I'm so tired, guys. I'm sorry. I know I'm like all over the goddamn place. It's like the 28th or 29th. Right. It's right fucking here. Right in front of me. 11 days. So 13 days. Really. Today's the 13th day. So yeah, I think it's like 150 gigs or something. So something like that. But yeah, so 40 gigs is like what? Some texture files, maybe. And the launcher, probably. Reminds me of the OG Halo 2 modding days of only playing modded DLC maps by slipping a card into the tray to slow down the disc to a stop to force only DLC modded maps. Was a good time. Oh, how simple things were back then, right? The PlayStation version will only include the activation key. Oh! Speaking of PlayStation, I got something else I want to talk about too. Sanchizel says Bethesda is stuck in the past. I agree, dude. I agree, Sanchizel. I do. I agree. And I think Todd Howard is like Bethesda is stuck 2 decades ago. Like their mindset, Bethesda still has the Skyrim mindset. They do. When it comes to approaching game development, Bethesda still has the Skyrim mindset. And you can see that in Starfield. You can see that in Starfield. They genuinely, remember when Starfield launched? They genuinely thought that they had something that was going to knock people's socks off. They thought they had something genuinely impressive with Starfield. Remember them talking about it? Talking about how it was the biggest thing that they've ever made, talking about how the advanced engine and like all of this stuff. They thought they had something truly impressive with Starfield. And then people got it in their hands and they were like, this doesn't belong next to other AAA games of this generation. This is a completely different quality level and not in the direction you want to see. Not like, holy shit, this sets a new bar like Crimson Desert did. Crimson Desert was an entirely different quality level over other current generation open world games. It raised the bar. Starfield was the exact opposite. It didn't even meet the bar. But Bethesda thought they had something truly impressive on their hands with that game. They were genuinely surprised. They didn't know what to do when that game flopped the way that it did. They were not expecting it. And that tells us everything that we need to know about Bethesda's mindset. Like you said, that's a really good way to put it, I think. They're stuck in the past. They're stuck in the past, and that's what I mean when I say that I just don't have the confidence that the current Bethesda is capable of making an open world experience, of making a modern open world experience that is on the level that it would need to be to deliver on the expectation that people have for the next Elder Scrolls game. You know what I mean? They just don't have it in them. They don't have it in them. And the fact that and the other thing about Bethesda that kind of tells you everything that you need to know about what they think of themselves is how long they've been working on the Elder Scrolls 6. That's unacceptable. over 15 years development. Shit, the development cycle for GTA 6 is unacceptable. I've got some thoughts on GTA 6 as well, man. I've been thinking a lot about GTA 6, and I got some thoughts on that as well. But that is unacceptable. There is nothing that can excuse that level of time. Nothing. Because, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. In that amount of time, technology has progressed multiple times. So if you're still working on a game that you started 15 years ago, you're working on a game that started with 15-year-old technology. It's unacceptable. 12 to 18 months is the window you have to develop a standard game. For something really big, a couple of years. 15 plus years, no. And the fact that they think that what they're making is significant enough that that amount of time is excusable, it also tells you that they have just gotten to the point where they're no longer hungry. They don't have the drive really required to create something that's going to deliver on the expectation of the next Elder Scrolls game. Because if they had that hunger, if they had that drive, we would already be playing Elder Scrolls 6. No, they think that they are so special that they can take 15, 20 years to make a game and that it's just going to be amazing because they're Bethesda. Yeah, man, I think they should lose Elder Scrolls too. I know I'm rambling. I apologize. Yeah. Bug Thesda. That's true. That's true too. That's true too. I mean, that's one of the things they're best known for. One of the things they're best known for is their bugs. Starfield, yeah. Starfield was an empty mess, yep, which was completely saved by the modding community until they decided to set up the paid mod shop, which killed the game. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And like that's another thing that tells you a lot too, right? Like when the community needs to step in to save your game, and then when you come behind the community and then monetize the community's work, you put that work behind a paywall because you weren't capable of creating a game good enough to sell to people yourselves. So the community had to step in and save your game, and then you try and come behind them and monetize that behind a paywall is just like, what are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? That was my idea. 2028 announcement, Elder Scrolls 6 brought to you by Pearl Abyss, featuring Jan as your helping companion. You know what? I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Jan and all. Give it to Pearl Abyss. Give it to Pearl Abyss, and I'll deal with Jan. I will deal with Jan. So yeah, I've got some thoughts on GTA 6 as well, man. And I'll make this really quick. But I don't think GTA 6 is going to deliver. I just don't. I've been thinking about it, right? What I've been thinking about is I've been thinking, what would Grand Theft Auto 6 need to deliver, like technically, in terms of open world experience? Like, what would that game need to deliver to truly impress me enough to believe that it is worth all of the hype and the, you know, decade and a half long wait? Like, what would it need to deliver? Like, where does it need to push things in order to truly set the standard that people are expecting out of a Grand Theft Auto game? Because if you think about it, right? If you think about it, why does Grand Theft Auto have the reputation that it has? Well, it has that reputation because it's been revolutionary. Grand Theft Auto 3 was the first time we got a fully immersive 3D sandbox that we could play in on a console. That was the first time that we got that. That is what made that game so impressive, was that they delivered a fully realized 3D sandbox for players to play around in. That was groundbreaking, right? And then GTA 4. GTA 4 took that sandbox and, like, essentially made it hyper realistic for the time. Made it feel hyper realistic. Like, graphically, that game was incredibly impressive, and it had that sandbox. So again, it was revolutionary. It took that sandbox and it added a level of realism that was incredibly impressive, technically, at the time. And then we get San Andreas, right? San Andreas delivered a fully realized, immersive world. Game felt huge. It had, like, different biomes. Like, if you look back at that map, and it was very small, but what they delivered was an experience that felt huge. Going from, like, one corner of the map to the other, it felt like a completely different game. It had, like, 4 different biomes that kind of made up that map. And the way that it was laid out and the way that the roads twisted around and stuff, it felt like a huge immersive world, which was, again, revolutionary. It felt like nothing we had ever experienced before, right? And then came GTA 5, which took the idea of what San Andreas made GTA feel like, and it actually delivered on it. It just delivered a huge world. That was what was impressive about GTA 5, is that for the time, that map was fucking huge. For the time, that map was gigantic, right? Bigger than anything we'd ever seen before. For the time. Now, you look at that map, like, we've been playing a lot of GTA 5, and quite frankly, like, honestly, after playing games like Crimson Desert and other open world games of this generation, GTA 5 just isn't that impressive. It's kind of boring. Like, the world is kind of just feels kind of flat, right? There isn't a lot you can really do in that game. Like, there's, like, side activities and stuff, but everything is very gamified. It's very rigid. And the world itself, aside from the wanted level, doesn't really react to the character at all. It isn't alive in any way. It's just big. But for the time, again, it was huge, you know? And so it was revolutionary because of its scale. So the reason GTA has its reputation is because it has always delivered something that pushed that idea of the open world sandbox forward into new territory. So what would GTA 6 need to deliver in order to live up to the hype? Well, it needs to deliver that. It needs to push the open world genre into new territory. And I don't think it can do it, because based on the screenshots that we've seen, most of the buildings in Vice City are going to be just like the buildings in GTA 6. You're not going to be able to go inside of them. They've already announced, I think, like 14 or 15 different side activities. So it's going to have side activities just like GTA 5. Again, if it doesn't deliver a world that feels as immersive, alive, and as accessible as the world of Crimson Desert, then it isn't delivering anything that hasn't already been done. And from everything that we've seen, it doesn't look like it's even going to deliver on the scale of Crimson Desert when it comes to accessibility, interactability. It looks like it's going to deliver more along the terms of GTA 5, just a bigger map. And if that's the case, man, And I could be surprised. Maybe they have something in store for us. Maybe they're going to push the genre in a direction that we don't even see coming. But it just doesn't feel like it from everything that we've seen. It feels like it's going to be like GTA 5, but a bigger map. And that's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. We've seen bigger maps. Okay, it's going to be bigger than Crimson Desert, maybe. All right, a big map that I can't interact with. So what? Like, the thing that's so great about Crimson Desert's map is that every building is accessible to you. And not only is it accessible, like, there's stuff going on there. There's NPCs living their lives there. There are things happening there that you can get into, that you can be involved in, that you can eavesdrop on. There are things to find there. Every corner of that world is alive, and it reacts to your presence. If GTA 6 doesn't deliver on at least that, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Oh my God, I'm running my mouth so much, my freaking mouth is dry. So, we're going to jump into game here. We're going to jump into game, but so I'm sure you've seen this. I'm sure you've seen this, but I just wanted to bring attention to it because this is why when everybody argues in the comments, when all of the white knighting corporate sycophants argue that digital is the future, it's easier, it's more convenient, blah, 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 blah. When they call me an unk, when they tell me to stop living in the past, this is why. This is why we're fighting for physical games. Because we aren't fighting for plastic discs. We're fighting for ownership of the property that you pay for, whether that property exists in the physical world or as bits on a hard drive. That is still your property. And this is what we're fighting for. So this gentleman here, Microsoft deleted my account and OneDrive after acknowledging that I'm the owner of the account and that it was compromised. 25 years worth of data, personal pictures, pictures of his baby, and thousands of dollars worth of purchases gone because his account was hacked and Microsoft wasn't capable of recovering it for him. Even though they acknowledged that he was the owner of the account and therefore the owner of all of the data on that account, rather than do the legwork of recovering that account for its rightful owner, they simply deleted it. All of those digital purchases that were so convenient, gone. Thousands of dollars, gone. Pictures of your family, gone. Personal information, gone. All of it, gone. This is the future that we are racing towards if we embrace all digital distribution with absolutely no accountability or consumer protections in place. And right now, we have zero consumer protections in place when it comes to digital distribution and digital quote unquote ownership. There's no such thing as digital ownership in the current landscape. So this is what we're fighting for. And on the other hand, for those of you arguing that we need to stop living in the past, embrace the future, this is what you're advocating for. This is what you're advocating for. This is what you're consenting to. This is the shaft that you are choking yourself on. This right here. Just wanted to bring this up. I'm sure you've seen it. Oh, it gets better. Did you see the other guy who sued them? No. Oh, no. Sent 12 lawyers to fight him and he won. Received his full library back and $400. That's awesome. So this one I'm showing is the second mainstream time they've been called out. So the first guy sued and got all of his shit back. I mean, first off, that's great. I'm really glad to hear that. But like the fact that it you know what I mean? The fact that it had to come to that, the fact that this guy had to go through the experience, you know, of not only dragging them, but himself through the court systems, you know what I mean? Like, that shouldn't be necessary. And if we had consumer protections in place, it wouldn't be necessary. You know what I mean? Was in Brazil. Okay. Yeah, like I think that's awesome. I love that. I'm so glad that that guy won and was able to do that. But like, imagine somebody who doesn't have the money for 12 lawyers. You know? Imagine somebody who doesn't have the resources to fight a company like Microsoft in court. Because that takes significant resources, know-how, time, money, you know, all that stuff. And there are thousands of people, probably every month, at least. There are thousands of people out there that this happens to all of the time and who just simply don't have the resources or know-how to do anything about it, who don't have a post that goes viral, don't have the money or the even know-how to hire lawyers, who just lose all of their data. Thousands of people out there. Thousands. Yeah, like if you win, they'll pay your legal fees after you win, but you have to win first, is, you know what I mean? That's kind of the point I'm making. You got to win first, which takes a lot. And if we had consumer protections, that wouldn't be necessary, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be necessary. Yeah, I'm sure it's down here. Yeah, here it is. Sue them like the Brazilian guy. Yeah, here it is. Yep, Xbox did that to me. Oh, 6. Okay, wait. So Xbox did that to me. I had a 7-year account full of games that I paid for. One day I go to log in to play my game and they tell me I have to verify my account because there's suspicious activity. And I've never been able to get back into my account. That's why I'm on PlayStation Now currently. Fucking wow, dude. See that? Cryptic? We've got 6 right here in chat. A 7-year account he lost access to. A 7-year-old account. Purchases, personal information, data, everything gone. And that's because like, you know, man, like ever since you mentioned that, Cryptic, like, I'm really glad you mentioned that, dude, because I have really been going out of my way now whenever I talk about this to be really clear about what it is that like we're actually advocating for. Like ever since you brought that up, man, I've really been going out of my way, like when responding to people in comments and everything. I've really been going out of my way to be very clear about the fact that what this is about is consumer protection, consumer property rights, and protections that govern those rights around our digital purchases. I've been making a real like conscious effort to be clear about that. And I think that it's been helping me at least communicate more effectively when it comes to talking about this. What's up, Severe? Corporate is sickening regardless of what it is. Agreed. They're fucking vampires. Bro, the executive investor class, I've said this, but I'm going to say it again, man. It's the whole problem with it's not even just the economy, and it's not even just us, it's globally. It's like, it's the disease that has corrupted Western society, right? With like the big global economy and everything. We now have a class of people, an entire class of people, the executive investor class, who sit at the top of everything, are motivated by nothing but money. And they sit at the top like fucking vampires. They contribute nothing. They make nothing. They improve nothing. They give absolutely nothing to society. They contribute absolutely nothing, but they take the most. They contribute nothing, they take the most, and they're in charge of everything. Like fucking vampires, they just suck all of the resources, all of the blood, all of the life out of everything, destroying everything in their path like locusts. And it's that corporate, quote unquote, the C-suite. Every company now has a C-suite. And it's just all of these incompetent executives at the top making decisions governed by nothing but the pursuit of more dollars, willing to destroy absolutely everything around them to make another cent on a dollar. And everything is suffering because of it. They do know what they're doing. You're absolutely right, but they know what they're doing, and you're right, they do love it because they're getting what they want, right? They know exactly what they're doing, and they love it because they're winning, because they're getting what they want. They're making more money, and meanwhile, every industry is suffering. Every industry is dying. We were talking about this just yesterday. Like the movie industry, like going to watch a movie in the theater. It's the same thing. Less and less people are going to theaters. The executives at the top, what is their answer to fix the problem? Raise prices more. You go to a theater now, it's $25 for a ticket, fucking $15 for a small popcorn, $10 for a soda, $7 or $8 for a little box of candy that costs $1 at the drugstore. Everything. No one understands the true side, and unfortunately, it's very hard to get people to realize it's not about the actual physical media. Yeah, I know, man. It is. And that's why, like I said, I've really been going out of my way lately to try and be very clear about, like, it doesn't have anything to do with the discs. What we're talking about, what we're after, what we need are consumer protections around our digital rights. Consumer protections for our digital rights governing all of our digital purchases. Because for whatever reason, like at large, we've allowed ourselves to be convinced that digital property isn't property, right? Like we've talked about this before. Like if I went to the grocery store and I bought a steak, I came home and I put that steak on my counter and I was going to cook it later on. You know, I put some salt, I put some pepper on it, and I'm going to let it sit there for an hour and let the salt soak in and you know, moisten up and do everything right. And 15 minutes later, the grocery store sends somebody to my house to come take that steak back because they no longer support that steak. we no longer support this stake. We're no longer issuing any updates and we're taking the servers offline. And so we need to take this back. Like, you wouldn't accept that. It's ridiculous, right? But for some reason, we've allowed ourselves to be convinced that when it comes to digital property, that's somehow okay. And it's just like, I don't know how that happened, but it happened. It's about the actual ownership. Exactly. Just like you own anything else that you pay money for. But again, this lawsuit and the second guy now with OneDrive, I'm really hoping it opens people's eyes about this digital future. I hope so too, man. Like, I hope so too. Again, I'm fine with digital. I'm fine with physical, right? I could care less as long as whatever I buy is mine. Exactly. And I'm not secretly renting access. Exactly. Again, providing I don't do something stupid to lose access, such as cheat. Rocky topic there. Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Like, I'm fine with buying digital things and I'm fine with buying physical things. If given the option, I would like the option to buy more physical things. Absolutely. Because I do prefer physical when it's feasible, when it makes sense, right? It doesn't always make sense. And sometimes digital is just the better, more logical or whatever, right? And I'm fine with either. But like you said, man, it's about ownership. And like, I hope and I also believe that this is beginning to open people's eyes, because like, when you see what's happening in like the cultural zeitgeist, and it all started with this Sony announcement, and it is slowly begun to turn into this maelstrom. And now we have all of these other stories related, swirling around that maelstrom. And no longer are people just talking about Sony discontinuing physical discs, right? Now we're talking about people and Xbox accounts. And like, people are beginning to piece it together. Like, people are beginning to realize, like, wait, holy shit. Like, all of this stuff is connected. It's all about the same thing. And we have, simply out of complacency, out of being comfortable, out of just accepting the status quo, we have gotten to a place now where us as the consumer are in a very precarious position, and we need to do something about it. And you can see it happening in real time, bro. You can see it happening in real time. Like, people like us, we've been talking about this for years. I've been talking about this since MP3s, right? But we were a minority. Most people just didn't care. It just didn't matter enough for them to pay attention. They had never been affected by it. And you can't, like, it's hard to convince somebody, like, when people are like, they're just out there, they're trying to pay their bills, right? Like, they're trying to make life work. They're trying to keep a roof over their heads. They're trying to keep their families fed. And they buy games and movies and stuff. Like, they just want to relax and enjoy themselves for a little while, right? So it's hard to, like, it's hard to approach that person and to get them worked up over the hypothetical. You know, like, oh, you know, that movie you just bought, you could lose access to it. They're like, motherfucker, I don't have time for this. I've got like 90 minutes to myself that I'm going to use to watch this movie. And then when that 90 minutes is over, I got to get back to, you know, working on the house. I got to go back to work. I got to, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have fucking time for this shit. Right. So it's totally understandable. And it's hard to convince that person with like the hypothetical maybes. But now this Sony thing has like kicked off this maelstrom that is now pulling all of those people in. And now it's been long enough that a lot of those people may have an experience or know somebody that lost access to a movie or a game that they bought, right? And so enough people either have an experience or are like tangential to somebody that something happened to, or they heard about like their friend who lost their entire music library when this music service shut down. Like there's enough of that stuff out there where people are starting to like see all this and they're like, wait a minute, hold on. This is kind of fucked. And it's happening in real time, man. And I have a lot of hope. If we just keep fucking driving the point home, dude. Keep talking about it, right? Keep being loud about it. We might be at that breaking point where we're actually going to see some changes start to take place. It's sad. I'm just trying to enjoy life, but you can't when you know they own you. Yeah, bro. Exactly. Exactly. And that's exactly the point I was just making, right? Like we're all out here just trying to survive. Like we don't want to have to be like fighting over this stupid shit, but we have to. Because like you said, if we don't, they're just going to keep taking and taking and taking and taking. And they're going to take more and more from you. And they're going to own more and more of your life. And you're going to have more and more restrictions. And so here we are. I also feel if I choose to mod/cheat in single player solo or only in private games with invite only players for a new experience of the game, that shouldn't be punishable. I agree. Which is why it's important that those single player experiences support offline access so that you can install those mods or run cheats or do whatever you want. Give yourself God mode in a single player experience simply because you want to dick around and have fun. But you can do it offline. It's safe. You're not affecting anybody else. And it's another great reason why offline access is so important. See if you can find that Reddit thread. Update on my last post. Microsoft deleted my account. It will 100% point out your argument every time. Save as OneDrive guy. All right, what is it? Update on my last post. Microsoft deleted my account. Here it is, Reddit. Severe. I hate the fact that the Iran war conditioned people that $3.49 is a cheap price for gas because it's always been the I know, bro. It's all propaganda. You know, that's exactly what it is. Like when we've gotten to a point where $3.50 for a gallon of gas is considered a good price for a gallon of gas. Like how the fuck did we get here, man? How the fuck did we get here? And like, I try and stay out of politics, but I'll say one thing. Like the people, again, it's that same class of people who contribute nothing and take the most. They're the ones who volunteered us into this situation because it is benefiting them. It was completely avoidable. We didn't have to do any of this. We could have just fucking stayed out of this shit and we'd be paying $2 a gallon right now. Maybe even less. Didn't it get down to like, I know that it got down to around $2 at one point within like the last 18 months. I remember it before all this shit happened. Before this shit happened last summer. Remember? It got down really low to like $2 and something right before the first time they went in there last summer. And all of this, all that we had to do was not do it. And that's what everybody, all of the normal people said. We don't want to do this. But it's the fucking vampires at the top. We're like, nah, we're going to volunteer ourselves and we're going to go do this and volunteer you for higher gas prices and everything else that comes with it because it benefits us. about physical games. They deteriorate, and I always have physical, rarely digital. Hence, I sold my Xbox One because I hated downloading games just to play them. That's like, bro, like I've got a PC, right? I do the bulk of my gaming on PC, but I have my Xbox Series X. I've got my Nintendo Switch, right? Like I have consoles specifically because I like to have physical games for those consoles. All of the console games that I own are physical. And that's why I like to have consoles, because I like to have physical games, right? Like, it's just, like I'm okay with digital. I'm okay with digital, but like some games, maybe it's special to you for whatever reason, it has some significance to you, or it's a game that you just are really, it's an IP that you really enjoy, or like whatever, like for whatever reason, like maybe I want to have a physical copy of that for my Xbox so I can keep it, and I don't, like you said, I don't have to go download it every time I want to play it. I've got it on a disc, right? Like, that, like, that's the thing, dude. I was talking about this yesterday. Like that's one thing that I'll give Nintendo. One thing I'll give Nintendo, as of this current console generation, like I've got a couple Xbox games that are actually the entire games on the disc, but most of them, it's just an installer on the disc, which again, it's not a physical copy. Like Nintendo is the last place where you can go that you can get an entire game experience on a physical piece of media. That, like, I can have my Nintendo Switch disconnected from the network, and I can put one of my Nintendo Switch games in, and it will just play that game off the cartridge. No problem. Right? Like if I have it connected to the internet or whatever, it's probably going to prompt me to update it, but just don't connect to the internet, and I can put my Nintendo Switch games in and I can play those games right off the cartridge. And it's like the last place that you can do that, man. And like I was saying this the other day, for all of Nintendo's faults, as long as they continue to deliver on that, I will continue to support them. I'll continue to support them. We deserve to own everything and be happy. You're goddamn right. The exact opposite of what they want because of money. Money leads to corruption. It sure the hell does, bro. It sure the hell does. Like we were just saying, that pursuit of money leads to that corporate, that executive investor class of people who are motivated by nothing but money. And it leads to corruption at the highest levels that leads to suffering for normal people like us who, like, I'm not motivated by money. I just want to be happy. I want to have, here's what I want. I want to be able to know that my family is safe. I want them to have all of the things that they need and some of the things that they want. That's it. That's all. If my family is safe, they have everything that they need and just some stuff that they want just to make them happy, I'm good. I don't need anything else, But we're getting to the point where that, even just that, is becoming harder and harder. I use YouTube Music, but I have CDs as well. Yeah, I do too. Like I use digital music services, but I also have a record collection. You know what I mean? Like exactly. Like digital's fine, but some stuff I want to keep. I want to have just for me to have it. Just in case, like I don't have internet access. Maybe I don't want to be connected to the internet. Maybe it's a Sunday and I just want to unplug from the internet. just want to step back from it because I'm on the internet all the time. I'm streaming, I'm on social media, I'm doing that. You know what I mean? Like maybe I just want to take a day and I want to spend some time with my family. You know, I want to put the phone down, I want to put the tablet down, and maybe I want to just put a record on and I want to listen to some Elvis. You know, like, yeah, unfortunately, propaganda is everywhere, bro. What's up, Phantom? Welcome back, brother. Good to see you. Happy Thursday. So in PC, you can buy DRM free games and burn it onto a DVD or CD. Yep. Yeah. GOG. Good old games. I'm a huge advocate, bro. Right here. Right here. Boom. This, I'll tell you what, man. GOG.com, GOG.com. If it's available here, this is the place to buy it because you can download, like Phantom just said, you can download a DRM free entire copy of the game. You can burn it to DVD, or you can put it on a hard drive, right? Get yourself a little NAS, like a cheap little, not even NAS, just a cheap little like USB-C enclosure that holds a few hard drives. You can download games and just store them on that. Just store them on that. And you always have access to them. You can always install them. You don't need to be connected to the internet. Yeah, man. It is the way, bro. It is the way. There's another point, no internet required. Exactly. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, if I'm playing, like we started out, like we got here, this whole conversation, we were talking about this. I don't know if you were here for this, but we were talking about the new Halo campaign Evolved that's coming out later this month. Apparently, the physical copy of that is going to require an internet connection to actually install the game. So the physical copy does not come with the entire game. And a constant network connection is going to be required to play. You're going to need to be logged in to play. The single player experience. For a single player experience, like a single player campaign experience for a video game, I should not be required to ever connect to the internet for that. You cannot convince me. You cannot convince me that there is a valid reason that I should need to be connected to the internet at any time to play and experience a single player campaign experience in a video game. You cannot convince me that I should need to be connected to the internet for that. I'm sorry, there's just no valid reason for it. Xbox have an installed, does it permanent, does download in the disc. What do you mean? So it depends, Phantom. It depends. Like a lot of games nowadays, even when you install them on your Xbox, especially digital games, because they require licensing, will also require an internet connection to play them. A lot of games. There are some games that you can buy on disc, like my copy of Red Dead Redemption 2. I can install that game to my Xbox. If I disconnect my Xbox from the network, I can install that game from the disc and play the 1.0 version of that game. So there are still some games out there, but they're becoming fewer and fewer, especially with the consoles. The only argument I can come up with of where digital would be better than physical is Need for Speed Carbon. That's a very specific argument, Cryptic. If that was digital only back in the day, they could have solved a major flaw with a quick patch. They had a memory leak where any cop chased longer than 30 minutes, one achievement tied to it, crashed and corrupted the save, which was part of the final end game. You had to escape to finish the game. Yeah, and I mean, that's true. That's a really good point, right? That was one of the that was like one of the weaknesses back in the day with when games shipped on physical media and we didn't have the ability to patch them, right? Was that sometimes they could ship with like fatal bugs that may trigger in very specific circumstances, and we didn't have the ability to patch out those bugs. But because we now have the internet and every device is connected, the ability to apply patches does not preclude the ability to have fully playable offline installations. Like, you can have both. You can have a game that ships with a 1.0 playable version on disk. And then you can also, if you have that game and you have that version installed, but you know there is a bug that either is affecting you, is going to affect you, or that you just know there's a patch for and you want it patched out, you have the ability to connect to the internet and go ahead and patch that bug. But like, they're not mutually exclusive, you know, like both of those things can work together. Cham Umar, what's up, Cham? Welcome. Good to have you. Happy Thursday. Glad to see you. Love you. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. It's funny because I bought an account with COD Black Ops 6. I'm regretting that decision. Yeah, bro. I don't blame you. Furthermore, our enemy is DRM. Physical media was destined to die. Yeah, it's about, yes. So I'm going to expand on this a little bit. Absolutely. What this conversation is really about, what it is really about is consumer property rights and the protection of those rights, right? We need consumer protections when it comes to the rights around our digital property. Just like we have consumer protections for the physical things that we purchase, like if you purchase a bicycle from Walmart, you've paid for that bicycle, you have your receipt, that bicycle is yours. Walmart can't come and steal that bicycle out of your driveway because they're no longer supporting that bicycle, right? You have rights and protections around that purchase. What we should have, what we deserve, what we already inherently have but are not being enforced, are the same rights around our digital purchases and our digital property. And I would say, I would take the DRM comment, I would take even further. I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. I would take that even further. I would say that DRM, digital rights management, is something that we should be celebrating as consumers. Of course, not in its current form, but DRM, what it should be, is it should be something that protects us from those companies. DRM should be something that protects us from, say, Sony or Microsoft. But instead, what has happened is that DRM has been solely developed to be something that protects those companies from us. It's totally fucking backwards, bro. It's totally backwards. DRM should protect us. Instead, it protects those companies. So it should be something, it shouldn't be the enemy. It should be something that we celebrate. What's up, babe? What do you need?
I'm leaving to heat up water, boiled water.
Huh?
I boiled water.
Okay.
And it goes down to 71 as usual. Make 4 ounces of milk. No, that's not possible.
How is that possible?
So around 2.
Okay, how is that possible? Where are you going? What movie? Toy Story? You gonna give me a kiss? Bye. Guess my wife's going to watch a movie. So yeah, bro, it should be, DRM should be something that protects us. But somehow we've gotten Like somehow we find ourselves now living in fucking bizarro world, right? Where these billion-dollar multinational conglomerate corporations who have all of the resources, all of the power, all of the lawyers somehow need fucking protection from us. How does that work? How does that work? It's like how did we get here? How did we get here? Do you know what I'm saying? How the Fraggle Rock did we get here? But yeah, bro, I'm with you. Basically is what I'm saying. I'm with you 100%. 100%. A disk reader reads the info off a disk at 58 megabits per second. Super slow. Yeah, but again, it's not about the disks, bro. It's not about the disks. Fighting DRM and publishers that push the trash upon us is the way. Right. Yeah. Agreed, man. It's about consumer protection. It's about consumer protection. Plutonium was always the best way to play Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare. You know what? You know, I've never played on the Plutonium servers. I should. Is there, what's the what's the population like on those servers? Pretty decent. I should check out Plutonium, man. Like I know about it. I've looked at it a million times. I've just never actually checked it out. I rented 12 different copies from Blockbuster and Redbox back then just to find a disc that didn't include that bug so I could 100% it. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, that sucks. But you know, like that was one of the weaknesses. But now, you know, now we have the ability to have both. People are just stupid shills that want every trash big corporos. Yeah, bro, the white knighting, the corporate white knighting that I get in the comments of some of my videos, man. Like people white knighting for these billion-dollar faceless multinational conglomerates, arguing against their own better interest in defense of some billion-dollar company that doesn't give a shit about them. Like, I don't understand like where this mindset comes from. You know, I don't understand these people who argue on behalf of these companies. Say like the dumbest shit, like oh man, I'm not even gonna get it. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it, but I see it all the time. All the time. Exactly, but consumer protection was never in mind. Yeah, exactly, because laws aren't there to protect us. Exactly. We, the people, have to fight back with not consuming that trash. It's the only weapon we have is our wallets. People have the power to vote with their wallet. Exactly. Exactly. Bro, this is a conversation that I've had with my wife. Like my wife is one of those people who, like, I don't know. She's getting a lot better about it, but she's like one of those people who just like takes the default position that the people in power have your best interests in mind, which I don't know like how anybody thinks that or believes that. But she's also like one of those people who like I will often like make decisions. Like I'm one of these people who like I'll find out something about a company. Like we had a conversation in the grocery store one day. It was about coffee. We were getting coffee and I would always drink the same type of coffee, right? And we're in the coffee aisle and she grabs the coffee, puts it in the cart. I grabbed it and put it back on the shelf. And I was like, I don't drink that kind of coffee anymore. And she was like, why? And I said, well, because they, you know, did this or that. And I'm just not supporting that company with my money anymore. And like, she said to me, she was like, why? Like, do you think they care that you're not buying their coffee? If it's the coffee that you enjoy, just get it. It's not going to make a difference. And like, I fundamentally disagree. Like, even though I am only one person, when I'm standing in that grocery store or talking about Sony or whatever, when I'm on the internet or I'm in that grocery store, even though I am only one person, I know that I am not alone. I know that I'm not alone. I know that I'm not the only one paying attention. And what I also know, and what I have to believe, or else I'll lose my mind, is that my greatest weapon, because the only thing that these people care about, the only thing that this vampire executive class sitting at the top of everything cares about, because the only thing they care about is money, my greatest weapon is my ability to decide where my money goes. It's the greatest weapon I have, is it's the only thing they care about, which means it's the only thing I have to fight back. So I firmly agree. Vote with your wallet. Don't ever feel like you're just one person. Don't ever feel like the decisions that you make don't matter, because it's that mindset that has gotten us to the point that we are now. It's that mindset that, like, just going with the status quo because you feel like you don't have any other alternative, that has gotten us to the point that we are now. But what we have now that we didn't have before is we have the internet. We have the ability to communicate with each other at scale, instantaneously, right? Like, not only can we communicate with each other more effectively than we ever could in bigger groups than ever, we can do it instantly. We can have real-time one-on-one conversations like we're having right now, right? And so we can use all of these tools to organize, to make a difference, to vote with our wallet, and to know that now when I vote, I am voting with hundreds of thousands of other people because I've talked to them, right? I've talked to them in the comment sections. I've talked to them on stream, right? Like, I've communicated with people who understand the exact same things. And we are now standing together. And it's the only, like you said, man, it's the only thing we have to make a difference. And it's what they care about. GOG is greater than Steam every day of the week. Agreed. Yeah, I don't give Steam a pass, right? Like, that's another thing that's been coming up a lot lately. Like, people, people saying, well, you play on PC and PC's all digital. And I'm like, yeah, like, first of all, I'm not happy about that. If I could buy physical games for my PC the way that I used to be able to, I would do that, right? Like, I'm not happy about the fact that I can't buy physical games for the PC anymore. I'm not just okay with it, right? But it is the way that it is. Also, the PC digital landscape is completely different than the console digital landscape. We have very healthy competition on the PC, and we have alternatives like GOG.com. And you're absolutely right. GOG is greater than Steam, and I don't give Steam a pass for being all digital. Like, it's not okay just because it's Steam. It's not. When Steam, when in my very early PC gaming days, I fucking hated Steam because I hated everything that they stood for. For this reason, I was huge opponent of Steam in the beginning. I hated them. I refused to install Steam for years. Back in my Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 days, I remember having heated arguments with my friends about Steam. because they were all like, oh my God, Steam's the best thing in the world. It's all your games in one place. It's so great. It's so convenient. It's this, it's that. I remember having heated arguments because I was still hating Steam back then. Now, you know, I've come to appreciate Steam for you know, some of the things that they do. I think in general, I think Steam tends to be one of the more consumer friendly companies. But yeah, they don't get a pass. They don't get a pass. They are still all digital. And it still isn't what I prefer. And if a game is available on GOG and it's available on Steam, buy it on GOG every single time. Get that DRM free installer. Put that shit on a hard drive or whatever you need to do, but buy it on GOG every time. Every single time. And we weren't invited to the movie. I know, she didn't even tell me she was going. Like, I never get invited. I never get invited. They go see movies all the time without me, bro. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna get started. They go see movies with me all the time. 2K to 4K. I mean, that's not bad though. That's enough people to get a game going. Yeah, I need to check that out, man. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard it's great. Demonstrating that people just want to consume. Plutonium adds so many things to those games. It's not even funny and for free. Yeah, I've heard great things about it, man. I've seen like what is it, man? I've seen like Nero. I think Nero Cinema. I've seen him. He did some videos on Plutonium like I don't know, like a year or so ago. Yeah, I've seen some videos about it. It looks great. I've heard great things about it. I just haven't tried it yet. I'm going to tell you something. It's not because I want to blame American people, but some of your fellows in the r/build a PC sales are part of the reason why PC components are so high. Well, I mean, bro, look, listen. Look, man, I'm old school. I'm about as patriotic as they come, right? You know, I bleed red, white, and blue. I shit gunpowder, spit bullets. You know what I mean? Like, but, bro, Americans' culture, like we were talking about this the other day, consumer culture. When you just think about the word even consumer and what that means, it's almost like it's like a locust mindset when it comes to the marketplace. And we really, as Americans in our culture, have been propagandized into consumerism so heavily that, yeah, it's a huge problem. It's a huge problem, and it's a mindset problem. Absolutely. Like, Americans are so used to just consuming, not even looking at things as products, but looking at them as things to consume, as things to use up, dispose of, and then go buy again. It's a huge problem. And it's something that's been done on purpose. It absolutely needs to be addressed. Like, you're not wrong. It's a huge problem. What's up, Beefy? Would you look at that? Another game I'll never give the time of day to. Yeah, bro. Amen to that. I was going to buy the physical version of Halo Campaign Evolved. I'm not going to now. I'm not going to now. We are going to play, by the way, it's almost 2 o'clock. What the fuck am I doing? We are going to play some, we are going to play some, Black Flag today. That's totally going to happen. Oh my God. I can't believe I just ran my mouth for that long. Yeah, the fact that people are still buying RAM at the current prices is part of the reason why they're getting away with continuing to raise those prices. They see, for example, that RAM, there's normally 500 for 250, and they think it's a deal. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it is, man. Like, the American culture has been propagandized pretty heavily into FOMO being like a default mindset, the consumer mindset. don't fall for it. If you get a game from GOG, you can even burn it to a disc. Yeah, save it on a hard drive, a disc. Valve is a bad company. That's my hot take. Deadlock is trash. Nobody asked for that game. Gabe Newell is a liar. Half-Life 3, Team Fortress 3, Left 4 Dead 3, Portal 3 won't never come out. I mean, I think you're probably not right about those games. They're never coming out. I think, yeah, I wouldn't go that far. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know that I'd call Valve a bad company. At least not in context. You know what I mean? Like, not in context when compared to other companies that we interact with in the gaming space. But they are still a company. They're still profit driven, right? I would say, though, I have softened a lot on Valve and Steam. I've softened a lot in like the last decade or so. Just because, like, at least from my perspective, I would say that of all of the various companies in the gaming space, they do seem to more frequently than any others do things, make decisions, and behave with consumer interest in mind. At least, again, far more often than I see other companies do. So, you know, like I said, I don't give them a pass, but you know, I would consider them among the better companies when it comes to companies in the gaming space. But yeah, you know, it's still they're a profit-driven company. I mean, Counter-Strike, though, bro, there's still millions of people. Like, what's the, shit, man. Yeah. Like, Counter-Strike is still averaging over 1 million people concurrently on a daily basis every day. So, you know, I think it's a stretch to call that game abandoned, for sure. A lot of people play and love that game. Ownership is an important topic, so it receives a pass. Regarding RAM prices, hoping the new Fed lawsuit changes something quick. They're going after the RAM cartel yet again. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not getting my hopes up. Right? I'm not getting my hopes up because they've done this before with the RAM cartel, right? And like normally what it amounts to is they get some kind of fine. I think like one guy has gone to jail. Like one guy went to jail last time. And it's just like they end up getting slapped with a fine that is meaningless when compared to the profits that they're making. And I just like, you know, it just, to me, I expect the same thing to happen this time. They'll get fined. It'll be pennies on the dollar compared to the profit that they're making. Maybe prices will be adjusted, or maybe they'll allocate some resources back to creating consumer RAM, and it'll, you know, maybe be a little bit better, but it's still going to be fucking awful. You know, like, I'm not getting my hopes up, man. But I do hope. But I don't know. I just expect to be let down. Palworld pulled another 1 million plus concurrent. Damn, that game is kicking ass, dude. That game. We need to play that game. We're going to play that game tomorrow, I think. I think we're going to try Palworld tomorrow. We're going to do Palworld Friday. And maybe I'll try and do a stream Sunday night. We can do Palworld Sunday night as well. Most of them are gamblers. Oh, are you talking about the CS2 players? I don't really know anything about that community. I've never played Counter-Strike. so I don't really know anything about that community. So I don't know what goes on over there. So yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe they are gamblers. It looks fun, dude. I want to check it out. I'm thinking maybe we'll play it tomorrow. Maybe we'll play it tomorrow. If I can get a stream going Sunday, maybe we'll play some Sunday. And then, yeah, maybe we'll like change up the schedule a little bit next week, so we can do like more than one game at a time. Because it takes me so fucking long to get through these goddamn games. Because I sit here and run my mouth for most of the stream. But maybe we can change up the schedule. So like maybe like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays we play like one game, and like Tuesdays and Thursdays we play another game or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something. We'll do something. I know one thing though. We got some Black Flag to play today. About damn time. Already 2 o'clock. We're gonna play a little bit later today though, because we got started late, so no worries.
Unreef the mains. Stunstones! Use all the wind you can!
Use all the wind you can! Avast, ye scabrous dogs!
Give us a song, lads.
Right.
Spanish colors come in! Another ship come in! Come in! Ease off! Bring in some sail! The wind has us! Get the tops and royals down! Ease the mains off the wind!
Come on, boys. Might as well grab us another ship.
Floater here, sir! Think he's survived? Starboard, Captain! Ready to grapple him, sir! Paul! Reel the lubbers in!
Got him! Alright, let's, what is this? What do we got? Another schooner? Should we repair? No, let's send it to the fleet, man. Let's send it to the fleet. Should have repaired. Alright. Okay, we're close. We're close. Ooh, anomaly. Wait, what's the anomaly? There's an anomaly? Hold on. Man, these menus kill me, dude. Like, you should be able to, like, keep this thing up and navigate the map at the same time. It's crazy that you can't. It makes it so hard to navigate the map, man.
Put on some sail.
Save all the schooners. If you collect them all, you can basically just print money and resources. Copy that. Copy that. Yeah, I figured, like, building that fleet up was the way to go.
Give me every inch of sail.
Let's get away from that thing. All right, boys.
The Padre's on that island.
Don't worry. I'll go rescue the Padre while you all just stay on the ship and drink rum. I know that's what we normally do.
Gallants, royals,
Bring
bow!
the Tartalians! Pull!
Oh, yeah, son.
They even tried to ban us from that town. We're safer here.
Bishop Ravenscroft has been courting Kingston for
Look at that ram, son. Don't worry about the bigger ships. You'll lose more schooners due to them being weak, but ultimately pay out the most from routes due to speed. Ah, okay. Okay, copy that. That's good info. Okay. Come on, dude, just go up. Could you just go straight up? That would be great. Just stop doing circles around the goddamn thing. This is a damn good looking game, man. I know I keep saying it, but god damn, this is a good looking game. You can definitely feel in its bones that it's an older game. You know, it's kind of linear in its pathing and stuff like that. But in general, I gotta say, really enjoying it, and it looks damn good, man. All right, let's go get the Padre, and then we'll grab all the stuff on this island. Oh, he's right down here. Oh, that was easy. Hey, buddy.
You're the one they call Padre.
I am. Welcome to our village. If you come in peace.
Ooh. I got you, bro.
Our lot is simple. Farmers, fishermen, and their families. You'll find prizes elsewhere.
You misunderstand me. I am told that you were once a fearsome master-at-arms. I need someone of your quality to keep my crew in line.
It has been some years since I was last on the account. That pirate is dead, and the world is better for it.
A man of your talents would find the limitations of religious life chafing, I would imagine. Don't you miss being free and the master of your own destiny?
It looks pretty free here, I'm not gonna lie.
As you're here already, could you let the people know the food is ready? It is in these small services to each other that we serve God.
You need time to think. Why not? This one is not going to be easy.
Gotta eat my egg, sorry. I actually have food today, though, so that's good.
And who might you be?
Hey, fella.
I'm Edward, a friend. The Padre sent me to tell you the food is ready.
All wrapped up in pirate garb. You're not with Ducasse, are you?
Ducasse? I'm reliably informed he won't be bothering anyone again.
Met his end, did he? Well, I can't say I'm sorry. Don't tell the Padre I said that.
Did Padre used to sail with Ducasse, maybe?
Hello. The Padre says it's time to eat.
Thank you. We'll make our way over.
Yeah.
How many men do you think he's killed?
Who? The pirate?
No, the Padre.
Oh, scores uncounted. But that was a long time ago. He's a new man now.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Just looking around, judging by these people's lifestyle, looks like they're pretty free already. If I was the Padre, you might have a hard time convincing me to leave this. Simple life in a small village on the Caribbean, on a little island, out of the way, not bothering nobody, not being bothered by anybody. I don't know, man. That seems kind of like paradise to me.
Now who's that handsome devil?
My
Oh,
name's
you know,
Edward
just
Kenway,
me.
and I'm no devil today. Just a humble servant bringing word that the food is ready.
Edward, a pleasure. I'm Dinah Caverly. Now, my legs feel dreadful today. Could you be a dear and fetch me my plate?
Anything for the lady of the manor.
Oh, aren't you a charmer?
All done.
Not quite. That kind old lady has turned me into her errand boy.
Ah, Mistress Calverley. Be careful of that one. She'll have you running errands all day.
I think we might have us a bit of a cougar on our hands here, gentlemen. Bit of a cougar. What's up, Cookie? Welcome. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Thursday? Wait, what day is it? What fucking day is it? Thursday. Happy Thursday. Welcome, Cookie. Good to see you. I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. I hope you're having a good day. There you go, lady.
Thank you, young man.
You're so welcome.
Now, where did you say you were from?
Wales, by way of Bristol, to which I intend to return.
And I pray that you do one day, so you might see again those you left behind. I've lived here most of my life, and it's the people who make it home.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. This kind of looks like the life to me. I don't know, man. You'd be hard pressed to convince me if I was able to go live the simple life in a tiny little village on a Caribbean island somewhere. Oh my God. Son, you'd have a hard time getting me to get back on a pirate ship. That is for damn sure.
My people and I are thankful. And word is that you rid us of the threats from Ducasse.
Well, join me and you'll have the chance to rid the world of more of Ducasse's ilk. And get rich yourself along the way. Gold will help your people where good intentions cannot.
I have chosen my path. It's not gold that will save our souls.
I myself cannot make the same choice.
God has given me a second chance, and I will not squander it. But perhaps there is one more thing I can ask of you.
I respect
What
that,
is it?
Padre.
There's a persistent
respect
rumor
that.
that what's left of Ducas's men, 4 ships total, anchor nearby. I wish to know what they have planned.
I can see about these rogues. They're sure to have some reals that are not rightly theirs.
Gotta be honest, Padre. I respect your gangster, bro. I do. I respect it, homie. And I can't blame you. Seems like a good life you've got here, buddy. Alright, we got an underwater chest and a letter. Okay. Letters this way. Yeah, like you can feel like in the like the very linear pathing and stuff on the land masses and everything. Like you can feel the age of this game, but it's still fantastic. And it still looks amazing. All right, so where's this fucking letter? Did I walk past it? Where is it? Oh, it's down there. Okay. All right, well, let's get the chest. Flower wheel. Nice. Man, my throat is jacked. I've been screaming too much today. Y'all got me all worked up. Got me screaming about Xbox and Sony and everything else. Now my throat's all jacked up.
Look, there's another.
I hope that someone gets my message in a bottle. Yeah. My search. After leaving Balam, I set out in a sloop of my own and traveled for nigh on 1 year about the West Indies, sailing with a small crew to all manner of jungles and playas and beaches, looking for a sign or a landform that might spark in me a memory. The spelling messes with me. Along my way, I met many of fine peoples who did me great kindnesses and offered work in exchange for more provisions. In this way, I came to know the people of the New World and of the Old, and found in all of them the same hopes and desires. To travel is truly the finest education. Then, after my 13th month of roving, I found my object, well inland on a known island. Here it was, the place Balam had called the Observatory. Oh, what memories the location aroused. Well, prior to clapping eyes upon its structure, I knew I had come to the correct spot. Leaving my men on shore, I passed alone through jungles and deep ravines, coming at last upon the spot, and there marveled at its strange and foreboding presence. Without prompt, I knew what to do. I pressed my finger into what I knew to be a portal, and upon its opening, I passed inside. What I saw there, however, shall remain a mystery, for the world is not yet ready to hear my tales, which should sound like sorcery to all but my friend Balaam, and perhaps the Templars, who likely chase me still. Damn. Damn, son. Huh. Huh. So I guess we got to go take out these ships now. Gentlemen, we've got some pirating to do. So let's do it.
If Ducas's men are pestering a village, then they have fallen far indeed.
The Padre's trust will be worth far more than any stolen reals.
And if the men have no ill intent, will the Padre join up?
One can hope.
Damn, I thought he said they were close. What the fuck? These dudes are not close. Jesus. All right, we can sail straight through here, right? Okay. Yeah.
Get them aloft. Let's go.
Man your stays, we trim too.
Give us a song, lads.
A song.
Just picked up Dead or Alive 3 and Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate. Nice. Congrats, bro. Congrats. Are they on sale somewhere? Wait. Is Dead or Alive? Is that the fighting game? Is that what I'm thinking of? That's the fighting game, right? Yeah, the fighting game. Oh, man, I haven't played one of those games in years.
We were software engineers. We were pocket protector, thick glass nerds.
Dead or Alive 3. What did I put? 34? Yeah, I remember these games. Dude, I haven't played one of these games in forever. There's Dead or Alive 6. Dead or Alive 5. Damn, look at all these. Jeez. Yeah, I remember these games, man. I remember these games. Dead or Alive 3. Oh, I don't think this one's on Steam. Is this the newest one? Dead or Alive 6? Last round? I remember these games. These got all the hot ass. Yeah. Yeah, these games were the shit, man. I used to play these games back on the PS3, I think. Do you remember? Oh, you got the physical, bro. Yes. Yes. What system? PS3? Oh, man. I know. Dude, not only the discs, the box art, oftentimes games would come with, like, of course, a manual, but then, like, sometimes maybe artwork or, like, a little mini fold-out poster. That's what I was going to say, Sand Chisel. That's what I was going to say. DOA Beach Volleyball. Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball. Oh, my God. What system did I have that for? Oh, that game was my jam back in the day, dude. You could give them gifts, and oh my God, I loved that game, dude. I fucking loved that game. Xbox 360. Okay, yeah, that checks out. That checks out, yeah. DOA Beach Volleyball was my jam. Yo, that's fucking severe. That's fucking awesome, bro. That's awesome that you picked up the discs. What system did you get them for? Sand Chisel, you still got it? No way. No way. Hold on, I gotta look it up, man. I gotta look it up. DOA Beach Volleyball. There it is. Oh. Ah! This was the shiznit. Worst sports game ever. Get the fuck out of here. This game was amazing. Dude, in 2003, this was my jizam. Yup. Look, man, they would dance and everything. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Oh, no way. No way. Here it is. Yeah, I remember this. This is where my infatuation with Asian girls started. I ended up marrying one. This game was the shit, son. So blatantly fan service. And perfect for it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yep. I remember all this. Yep. Yep. You got them for the OG Xbox? That's what's up, man. These are classics, bro. They don't make games like this anymore, dude. Like, the fact that this game got made, and it's like nobody got up. Like, if you tried to make this game now, I held my mouse go. Like, could you imagine, like, if you tried to make that game now, like, the absolute temper tantrum people on the internet would have? You know exactly what people I'm talking about. The absolute temper tantrum they would have. Like, that, like, we just, like, had cool shit like that back in the day, man. And like you said, Severe, like physical media, it was like the people who made these games, they cared about the things that they were making, right? So when they shipped you a physical game, like those discs that you got today, the discs have beautiful artwork on them, and the box has beautiful artwork, and it's like they cared about the experience they were giving to you as a gamer. They put thought into it. You know, like they thought about all the way, not only the game they were making, but they thought it through all the way up to you taking that game home, opening it up, and seeing those discs for the first time. They put thought into that entire, like, process, and made decisions and did things so that you would have a good experience throughout that entire process, and an experience that represented what it was they were trying to create. You know, like an experience that was representative of the art that they were making as game developers. What happened to that, man? Yeah, commercials back then were also you're so right, Cryptic. You're so right. All commercials during that time were quite good. You're so right, man. You're so right. I'm actually a late Gen Zer and love retro gaming. I have my OG Xbox for almost a year now. I got it for my birthday. That's fucking awesome, bro. That's awesome, bro. I love to hear it, man. I love to hear it. I do, man. It gives me hope, bro. It gives me hope. I love it, man. I love it. You know what, man? I need to get, I used to have, so when all right, so Severe, I don't know if you've heard this before. I've told this several times, but I'll just recap it real quick because I'm not sure if you've heard it. So I grew up on the East Coast, and back in 2014, I moved out to San Francisco for work. I used to work in technology. So I moved out to Silicon Valley for work, and I spent several years living out on the West Coast. Before I moved to the West Coast, I had a pretty decent collection of books, comic books, not a lot of comic books, but a lot of books, Magic the Gathering cards. I had a huge Magic the Gathering collection, and my retro gaming collection. So I had an Xbox, Super Nintendo. I had one of the top loading Nintendos. I had a Dreamcast. I had an original Xbox, a PS3, but I had the PS3 that could play PS2 and PS1 games. You know how there's a version of the PS3 that's got onboard support for playing retro games? And I had a pretty decent collection of like games and stuff. And when I moved out to the West Coast, I left all that stuff behind. And I lost it all. And then a few years ago in when did I move back to the East Coast? 2021? Have I been out here for 7 years? No, maybe it was 2023. Yeah, maybe it was like 2023. I moved back to the East Coast, and I haven't built my retro collection back up yet, man, but I really need to. I really need to, man. Like I still like do emulators and stuff like that. Like I have a handheld. I have one of the white Xbox Allies, and so I have like EmuDeck and stuff installed on that. So I play my emulators and stuff on that. But man, I would like to get can you still find those PS3s that will natively play the PS2 and PS1 discs? I would like to get a PS1, a Dreamcast, a PS2, an original Xbox. Man, I would love to build my retro collection back up again, dude. I'm just so Severe. I'm just thinking about, man. Like, so you just like told me that you went in and you bought DOA 2 and 3 from the game store, and in my mind, right, like right now, I'm picturing walking into the video game store, picking up some retro games, and like, man, I want that. I fucking want that, dude. I need to build my retro collection back up. I'm going to, Cryptic. I'm going to, man. I need to do that, dude. I really do. I always wanted a Super Nintendo, but Super Nintendo's an amazing system. I will say this though. At this point, trying to collect physical Super Nintendo games is just too expensive. Super Nintendo is one of those systems that now it's probably worth just emulating, because it's it's just so pricey to try to get into physical Super Nintendo collecting now. But if you can, and even if you can't, man, Super Nintendo has one of the best gaming libraries in history, I think. One of the best gaming libraries in history. The Fat Boy with the front USB ports. Yes, that's the one. Yes, that's the one that can play PS2 and PS1 games, right, Cryptic? Yes, that's the one I had. The original. It was like the first version that, because I actually, you know how I got that PS3? The disk drive in that PlayStation had died, and it had belonged to this this lady that went to the church that I used to go to back then. And she was an older lady, but she was like really cool. She had a boat. We used to go out on her boat and stuff all the time. And she loved playing PlayStation 3. And her PlayStation had died. And she just asked me if I wanted it, because she knew that I like was into electronics and games, and like she was like, if you can fix it, it's a free PlayStation. And I was like, okay, sure. And I took it. And long story short, it turns out that it's just the disk drive, the laser. Like, you know how they had the dual lasers so they could read all the different types of discs? That had died. So I needed to replace that. And I just ordered the parts, replaced it, and it worked perfectly after that. But yeah, man, that PS3 is the shit. Golden era. You're so right, Sanchez. You're so right. Like 2000s. Like the early 2000s was just, it was the, man, I wish I would have appreciated how good it was back then. I wish I would have known to stop and appreciate how good we had it. You know what I'm saying? I have a PS3 right now. It's just not the backwards compatible version, as well as an Xbox 360, another great system. Wii is another good system. Modded my PS3 and Wii. That's what's up. Oh, so you can play like ISOs and stuff on the modded PS3, right? Yeah, it's not the same now. I want a Dreamcast, PS2, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Ooh, Genesis is a good system too, man. Those are all really good systems, bro. Those are really good systems. I had a Genesis like when I was a kid. Genesis is awesome. I also, you know what I also used to have? I had the Sega CD. Doesn't have a ton of great games, but there is a version of Lunar the Silver Star Story Complete on the Sega CD that is phenomenal. My brother-in-law still has his PS3. Can you still get them, Sanchizzle? Can you still buy those things? They're probably expensive, right? I literally sold my Xbox One to get a CRT. That is so fucking baller, bro. That is so baller. That is so baller, dude. You got the legit CRT. That is gangster as fuck, homie. And I think it's backwards compatible. You got to get that, Sanchizzle. You got to get that PS3. You need that, dude. I also still have my PS2 with the network and hard drive add-on. Fuck yes, dude. Yes. Oh, Sanchizzle, you got the Mega Drive? Nice. Nice. My Xbox 360 plays burned discs, and I love it. Completely bone stock. That is what's up. Yeah, My Retro Life. Yeah, I love that guy's channel, man. Yo, he has such a treasure trove of old videos. Like, what an incredibly awesome thing to have. All those old videos that he has. So cool. And it's awesome that he shares those with us too, man, because it's like, it's incredible watching those old videos that he puts on his channel, man. All those old games and stuff. Oh my God. Things were so great back then. So fucking great back then, man. Ah. We did not know how good we had it.
Out. Trim to the wind.
All right, wait. So I need to go. Darn it. All right, so I think we just hang to the right here. We're gonna stop by this island on the way.
Crowd in on, all of it.
Oh.
Reach the galley. Be closer.
Whoa.
No
Those
use wallowing about here.
fucking wind gusts are so annoying. All right, is this that island? This is that island, right? We're gonna go check out this island. Oh, it's a British island. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna go take this island. Oh my god, seriously, they're $400 to $500 for those PS3s? Jesus. Oh my god, I wish I still had mine. Yeah, his dad is amazing, man. Yeah, he's a good dad.
Those stores should be brimming with cargo.
Super cool too that that his dad was into video games that much. Like my dad, I love my dad. My dad's great. I love my dad, but he was not into video games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on my own when it came to video games. The fact that his dad was as into video games as he was, like, lucky. Very lucky. Because he just ended up having so much shit because his dad was into it too. His videos comfort me so much. How good life was back then. Hardly any worry. You're right, man. You're right. It was before, you know, like I hate to sound like an old Luddite, but man, but it's true. The advent of the internet and social media and smartphones and just this always connected. Oh, come on, man. Come on, dude. Why did you do that? Why didn't you jump onto the thing, bro? It is like we aren't designed to always be plugged in the way that we are now. And it has made us so unhealthy mentally and emotionally as a society. Like, we've become so stressed and so unhealthy and always worried about something. You've always got something, some kind of information and bad news blasting into your face. Like, back then, bro, if people wanted to get a hold of you, they called your house and they left a message on your answering machine. And you got back to them if and when you had time. Like, if you left the house, people just couldn't get away from you. You didn't constantly have text messages and emails and everything else, like constantly buzzing in your pocket. And it's just like, man, like, there's a lot of good that's come from technology, but there's also so much bad that has come from it and has done such damage to our ability to just be at peace and relax, just be happy, just not be worried about everything all the time. All right, there's a shitload of bad guys here. All right, so we gotta take these guys out one by one, yeah?
No mulling about here, mates.
All right, governor. All right, so what's the best way for us to approach this? All right, we got to start picking away at these defenses somewhere. Okay, we got this. Looks like you're gonna be first, buddy. Gotcha, sucker.
Die!
Shit. That dude is totally gonna see that body. Or not. Alright. Okay. So let's go clear out these guys, I guess. How is he not seeing that body? That makes no sense. Yeah, come here, buddy. Come here. What? No.
I'll make short work of you!
All right, hold on. Let's go get these guys on the beach first. We'll start over here. Don't worry. You have nothing to fear. I'm here to free you from the tyranny of the British. Just stay calm, and it's all going to be over soon. Trust me.
You won't believe this, but a monkey has made off with the key to the warehouse.
Right. And my cousin is the king. Look, mate, if you lost it, just say so.
It's true, I swear. I'm stood there, checking the rum, when a monkey nicks the key right off me belt.
Little bastard. What you do
What's up,
now?
Alvin?
I thought he might be thirsty, so I left a bottle out for him. Like a barter of sorts.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting, bro. I keep forgetting that I have.
One go and then grab more. So now we've lost the bottles and the key.
I keep forgetting entirely that I have all of these moves on this wheel on the right. All of these, the kicks and everything. I keep forgetting about them entirely, dude. There's a retro store in my town, and he has a bunch of old systems. We used to have a couple good retro stores around me, but most of them have closed down now. Yeah, the good old days, bro. I like, you know, like what Michael Scott says. I wish somebody would have told us we were living in the good old days when we were living in them. $60 gigabytes on eBay now for $450. Damn, is that the PS3? $450. I mean, it's a good system, though, because it plays PS1, PS2, and PS3 games. So it's kind of worth it, I guess. Because you can play all those games on the same system. Still, man, that's way more money than I have. Gotcha, sucker. All right, so this is the warehouse. We got to get the key for this. Just drink this. All right, these guys see the bodies.
What is it?
Shouldn't have come into the weeds, bro. That's kind of my territory, homie. It's where I thrive. I'm an assassin. Did you see the one where they scammed the Toys R Us? Wait, who scammed the Toys R Us? Needs repair options look like they start around 150 to 200. That might be the way to go. It depends on the repairs it needs, though, because, like, the only thing is, at this point, they've been around long enough that some of the repairs might be, like capacitors and like other stuff that's going to require soldering, which is a little bit trickier. Like, I can do that stuff, but it's a little bit trickier, and you got to be careful because you don't, I guess, really ever quite know what those repairs are going to entail. But that might be the way to go. I have the same problems too. I know, man. Like, bro, like, I'm telling you, we as humans, we're simply not designed to always be connected the way that we are now. Like, don't get me wrong. Technology has done a lot of really cool stuff for us. Like the fact that we can sit here, right, and we can hang out and we can talk together, and like all of this is great. It's a really huge benefit of technology. But at the same time, it's like, at what point do all of the downsides outweigh the negatives and the stress and just the mental exhaustion that comes as a result of always having something being like, always having something coming at you, whether it's a text message or it's an email or it's a news story, it's a TikTok, it's a short, it's a this, it's a that. Like the mental exhaustion of dealing with that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, I remember what it was like back before smartphones. And I remember being, even when we had cell phones, but we didn't have smartphones yet, even that, still kind of always being connected. There is an exhaustion that comes with that, but even that was better than the, like, just the level. And the other thing that you get with that is you get the expectation from other people that you always be available, right? Like, because everybody now knows that everybody has a phone in their pocket, you're now expected. There's like this social pressure to always be available. There's this social pressure to respond because everybody knows you've got a smartphone in your pocket. When back in the day, like, if people called you and you didn't pick up, you didn't pick up. Like, you would talk to them when you see them or get back to them at some point. And it's just like, it's a lot, man. I feel like technology is deteriorating society every second. I agree, man. I agree. I really do. I really do. And it's unfortunate because there's no going back at this point. But I agree, it is deteriorating the fabric of society. It really, really is. Halo used to be a goated franchise. Nothing can top that Bungie area. You got that right, bro. Halo is now trading on the reputation and the goodwill that it built up back then. Got the key. So we can go loot the warehouse now. Let's go do that real quick while we're here. Now, like, the best thing, and it's not even just Bungie, but Bungie's a really great example of it. Like, now the best thing that they can do is to just remake those games and experiences that were so great in the past. Like, for example, the game we're playing now, or like Bungie you just mentioned, the Halo Campaign Evolved remake that comes out in like a week or so. But the problem is they can't even remake those experiences without screwing them up with like these constant online requirements. Like, we were just reading, we're gonna go up there. This is the bird thing up here, right? Like, we were just reading earlier in the stream that the Halo remake, the quote-unquote physical edition for the Halo remake, is not going to have the whole game on the disc. And it's going to come with an always online requirement. You're going to have to be logged into your account to play the single-player experience of that game, which is just ridiculous. What did we get? Just money? Yeah, just money. I have the Halo 2 limited collector's edition. The DVD is amazing. Yup. Because back then, those physical collector's editions were amazing. Now, like, bro, the fucking GTA 6 quote-unquote Ultimate Edition is an empty box with a download code inside. Get absolutely fucked on that. You know what I'm saying? Not even a fucking map can't even put the game on the goddamn disc. Ultimate Edition. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You gotta be kidding me with that nonsense. You can miss me with that. Miss me entirely with that nonsense.
I'll have your life!
No, you won't. No, you won't, bro. What's this? Projects reward. Hmm. So keys can be used in the exchange to unlock new content. So what's in the exchange? Oh, this is like cosmetics and stuff. Damn, this shit's expensive, man. Oh, green ship. I want that. Oh, I almost have enough to get that. Oh, we're gonna get this. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get this. Yeah, we're gonna get this green ship. We're definitely gonna get the green ship. Okay. Hey, puppy. It is sad, man. It is sad. You're right. It's sad because we're kind of stuck in it. And, like, when you realize it, it's just exhausting, you know? We really didn't know how good we had it. You're right, bro. You're right. Like I said, man, it's like Michael Scott says, right? Like, I wish that somebody would have told us that we were living in the good old days while we were living in them, because we had no idea, and we had no idea how bad it was going to get.
I'll be the tar at you.
Yeah, that kick is the shit. That kick works really well. And, like, I remember, dude, I remember in, like, 2000, back when I first got, like, my first high-speed internet service, I remember being so excited about, like, what the internet was gonna do. You know, like, about the possibilities of the internet. I remember being so excited, man. And it's just like, it's crazy the direction things have taken. I never would have, back then, what is that? Back then, I never would have guessed that, I never would have guessed that things would go this direction. You know what I'm saying? I never would have guessed, man. I just saw... All right, there's a letter somewhere. There's a letter somewhere. I see it popping up on my thing. Oh, what's this? Mayan Steely. Huh. All right. We got to get this... Oh, yeah, it's right here. Yeah, there's a letter down there. Shit. How do I get down there without busting myself all up? I gotta get down there and then I gotta get back up. Yeah, we'll go this way. All right, there's some keys right here. Nice.
Another letter tucked into a book.
Can't wait to play DOA 3 and DOA 2. I don't blame you. On a CRT 2 is just as amazing. It is, dude. CRTs have a very special look to them. Like, the cool thing about CRTs, I used to have a Sony Trinitron back when I had all that stuff before I got rid of it all. I had a 13-inch Sony Trinitron CRT, man, and that thing was beautiful. And the really cool thing about CRTs, especially for modern systems and stuff, is that there's no native resolution. So whatever resolution you put on a CRT looks perfect. You know what I mean? Like, they have, I guess, a native scan count or something, but it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Like, there's no native resolution, and everything looks... It has this very crisp, but at the same time, warm sort of feel to it. It's very different than modern panels. Very, very different. Yeah, CRTs are nice, dude. They're super cool, especially for retro games. Here I relate one such memory, repeated ad nauseum through the whole of my life. Myself, a man, and 2 women. A woman, as biological traits are passed from one generation to another, why should we not engineer the humans to pass learned information to their offspring as well? It is well within our scope. And here an other woman interrupts. Never. Already we have made them sturdy and strong. Why should we gift them with new advantages over us? We are dying. The war is tilting against us. We should discover a means to our own salvation, not theirs. And here the man disagreed. Our time is done. The instruments of our will shall soon be our masters, and we shall fade away. Perhaps not in 10 or 20 years, but certainly this century is our last. Why not, therefore, gift the humans with added faculties for wisdom and growth? Why not let them pass on the accumulations of their learnings from one generation to the next? By ever ascending degrees, the humans shall be as wise as we are. And here I seem to speak. It can be done by simple manipulation of the code within their blood. We could improve their lot. And here the second woman screams, absolutely not. And then the memory is ended. That's weird. Okay. How did I miss that eagle's nest thing? All right, we got to get that eagle's nest. There's another secret somewhere. Yeah, I gotta get the eagle's nest because that'll uncover stuff, right?
You go down like a sack of potatoes!
Not quite like a sack of potatoes there, buddy. Not quite. that's a monkey. How can I get that monkey? Come here, monkey. All right, where's the eagle's nest? Oh, it's up there. That's right. I was going up there to get it, and I totally forgot about it once I got up there. The hell? Oh my god, bro. Get down on the Jesus, thank you. Oh, I should go check out this house better too. I'm sure there's more stuff in that house that I didn't check out. See? There's our treasure map. All right, so we'll go get this. Then we'll hit the house. Then we'll grab the treasure map. And I think that should probably be this island. Okay. I love how these things have been, like, probably buried here for 1,000 years, but they're only, like, 1 inch under the sand. Totally checks out. Totally. Hi, puppy.
You be good now.
19-inch Zenith with 2 AV ports for $35. Damn, bro. Damn. Nice score, man. Nice score. Got my OG Xbox and Xbox 360 plugged into. That's perfect, man. $35 for a Zenith. It is amazing. It is amazing. Not gonna lie. Glad I picked it up before. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a good grab. That's a good grab, bro. What's your local game store? Is it like a mom and pop shop? Because I can't imagine a GameStop. I can't imagine a GameStop letting something like that go for $35. They would have had like $1.50 on that easily. Because that's definitely a good grab. Man, I need to. I really need to get my All right, where am I going? Okay, there's going to be something down here, I think. Right? But I wanted to check out this house first. I need to get my my retro collection built back up, man. Get a nice CRT, because I've got the space for it. Like where I'm at right now, this is I'll post some pictures of it in the Discord server later. It's really messy, but fuck it, whatever. I'll take a couple pictures and post it. So what I'm in right now is it's a 10 by 18 shed. Is actually what it is. So I'm not even in the house right now. But I've got like this whole 10 by 18 shed to myself to do whatever I want with it. So I really need to put some work into this place. Make it really nice. Start building my retro collection back up. Get a nice CRT. You know what I'm saying? And instead of always talking about how good games used to be, because we're always talking about it, instead of just talking about it, start building that collection up, you know, and experiencing those experiences again, because they're still great. It's not just that they were great. They're still great, and there's no reason that we can't experience that stuff today, like you are, you know? Huh. Okay. I guess this house was empty. Nothing really in here. Unless there's something up here. No? Alright. Let's go get the, excuse me. We'll go get the treasure map, and then I think this island's done. Treasure map's right here. Perfect. Perfecto. Perfectamundo. Let's go down. Ah, this is that path I saw from over there. That's what that is. Yep. 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 See? I saw that path and I said, I know there's something down there. And I was right. I have over 100 physical games, all retro and currently all discs. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, dude. That's what I need. I've got, I mean, I probably have, between my Series X and my Switch games, I probably have close to, actually, I don't even know. Hold on. I've probably got like 50 to 75 in my physical collection for just my Switch and Xbox Series X games. Which is pretty decent. I got a pretty decent little Switch collection. I like my Switch collection because like I was saying earlier, Switch is like the current generation only place you can go to get an actual full game experience on a disc, you know? But yeah, I need to start building up my retro collection, man.
Poor sod. Anything on him?
PlayStation 1. Oh my god, there's so many great games.
Another map, eh?
Like, I would love to have the original Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, the original Resident Evil on disc, Resident Evil 2, Code Veronica. Oh my god. So many games I would like to have on disc. So that no matter what, I know that I can always play those games. If you've got the system and you got the disc, nobody can ever take that shit away from you, man. And that's what's great about actual ownership. And that's why we need consumer protections for our... So did I get this whole thing or what? What am I still missing? I'm still missing something, right? Hey, wait, how do I pull up the... Oh, I gotta get a monkey still. Okay, I have to get a monkey, and then we're finished with this island. Alright. Alright, we gotta get a monkey. How do we get a monkey? These monkeys are up in the trees. So how do we get the damn monkey? Do I just shoot the monkey? Got the monkey. That does it. Got him.
It's decent.
Kind of feel bad for shooting the monkey, though. Not gonna lie. I feel like he didn't deserve that. Alright, well, this island's done. You guys are free. Make yourselves a home. Make yourselves a village here. I'm off. Switch OLED since right after its release and sold it to get a PS3. That's a decent trade. That's a decent swap. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I do love my Switch. I have the Switch OLED as well. I had the Switch, the regular Switch first. And then... So I had the regular Switch first, and I got my wife the Switch OLED for Christmas the year that it came out. And then this year, I got her the Switch 2. And when she got the Switch 2, she gave me her Switch OLED, and we gave my Switch to her little brother. So now her little brother has my original Switch, I have her old Switch OLED, and she now has the Switch 2. And the Switch OLED's a great system. I'm not gonna lie, I do really like my Switch OLED. And I because, again, like I said, I do really, like, as long as Nintendo continues to support giving you a full game experience on a cartridge, I will continue to support Nintendo, in spite of all the other crazy shit they do. So, you know, I love it for that. But that said, I think trading it for a PS3 is definitely, that's not a bad swap. That's not a bad swap. Not at all. Not a bad swap at all.
Unreef the mains. Get on that main sheet. Trim too.
Favorite PS1 game is Final Fantasy VIII. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. All of those, bro. Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9.
Shanty.
Those FMV, all of that, like the FMV stuff from those games is so damn good, man. They're so good. They told stories back then, bro. They knew how to tell a story. I hated the Switch 2 for all the right reasons, but I'm about to fold. I like its catalog of games. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm with you. I'm with you. I hated it for all the right reasons as well, but now that my wife has one, I've seen the games coming out for it. and I've actually seen and like held and played with the Switch 2, I kind of want one. Yeah, I kind of want one. Not gonna lie. All right, we're gonna get this ship that's all out here by itself, I think. First, we're gonna pick up this stuff floating right here. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? This is a big ship, man. I think we're gonna get fucked up trying to fight that thing.
Fast as you dare. Fire! Hold your song! All hands on deck! Fire! Fire! Take the shots there! Fire! Barrels up! Fire!
Haul in the stunsails!
Bail off and bring in those royals! Now! On your mark, Captain! Fire! Fire!
Swim us off the wind!
Fire!
Give me some speed!
Bail off and loose those men!
Oh shit, we're getting fucked
Loose
up.
all and trim sharp to the wind!
Fire!
Ready barrels!
Fire! Fire!
Oh no, we got jumped by that other ship. Damn it. We got jumped by that. We had the one, but we got jumped by that other ship. Wait, where are we going? We're going this way.
Give me more sail.
The wind is picking up nasty.
Trim as near the wind as you dare.
Ride the wind for all she's worth.
Trim as near the wind as you dare.
Give voice, you tars.
What did he say? Give voice, you tards? Yeah, Switch 2, not only does it have some good games, man, but it's also...
Hey, Spanish, sir! No more sail to the horizon, sir! Come it! To port! Fire! Time to fight!
Reel him in, me trumps!
Take the fight to them!
Yo, how are these not hitting that guy? Plus right trigger, plus Y, quick fire to break. Give it up, boys. Give it up. Plus, the Switch 2, man, with that big-ass screen. Keep the schooners. We're going to keep the schooner. Bro, that big, beautiful screen on the Switch 2, man. Because, like I said, I've got one of those, what's that over there? What is that?
Put on some sail. Loose the mains, half sails.
What's this?
There's some good meat for spearing here, Captain.
Oh, I don't have a harpoon yet. That's what that is. It's the harpoon thing. I got it.
Let's have a song then.
Right, I've got the Xbox Ally. Man, and like looking at the screen on my Xbox Ally after the screen on my wife's Switch 2, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy how nice that screen on the Switch 2 is. It makes the screen on my Ally look like total dog shit.
Speed, lads!
All right, come on, gents. Let's get where we're going.
Ease her off!
Burning ships. Sometimes pirates leave ships with no crew, but treasures still aboard. Huh. Where's a burning ship?
Faster now!
Let's go get this burning ship.
Trim off! Bring in the stunsails! the mizzen tops! The Royal Navy, sir! They've got help, Captain! Enough! Thanks!
Hell yeah. Free ship. I'll take it. Fuck yeah, dude. Shit, son. Don't mind if I do. Man, whoever plundered this did not do a very good job. Damn. Oh, you're on a time limit. I didn't realize you were on a time limit. Oh, I didn't realize I was on a time limit. What the fuck? No! Fuck me, dude. I did not realize I was on a time limit. Oh, come on, man. Get fucked. Really? Really? Can I try again?
Set for debarking! Aye, aye, sir!
Okay, so we gotta be quick. I got it. We got this. Bro, go.
Ooh.
Quick, quick, go, 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 go. Did I get all the chests? Did I get them all? That's it, right? Yeah! Yay, son. Okay.
Give me more sail.
Let's catch some wind, lads.
Stunsails. Use all the wind you can.
Fine.
Give us a
man.
song, lads.
I feel like we've
That's
been
the
heading
island.
towards this objective
Where are the
forever.
ships?
This looks ominous. This looks ominous.
Strike the cat.
We best have quiet a while.
Captain to sea!
These guys didn't see this big ass ship just float up to their island. These guys are dumb as hell. Sorry, fella. Hate to do it to you, but it had to be done.
Lay off me. We drank your fill, now we're both paying for it.
Think they'll hand us our share when they return.
Oh, didn't you read the letter? Them's a spiteful lot.
I've known Dildrat smart. You're stuck with me. Get him! Get him, you! Die! Got my
You boys should be embarrassed.
Pirates.
You should be embarrassed. Witless fools. We tried waking you sods, but you weren't fit to stand. The Padres village has little in the way of fighting men, and we've more than enough crew. You won't be missed. As per Ducas's rules, the captain says your shares have been forfeited. Next time, don't quaff a barrel of rum the night before. All right.
They've left for the Padres' village.
Well, that's no bueno. That is no bueno.
Who's that?
Don't let me know.
You can't outrun fate!
Sneaky blighter.
Gotcha. What is this? What's this for? Ah, you can shoot that and blow it up, I bet. That's what that's for. What's up, Terminator? Hey, thanks, bro. Thank you for that, brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I'm certainly working on it. I'm certainly working on it. Little by little. You know? Little by little every day, brother. Little by little every day. We'll get there. Patience and perseverance. That's what it takes. Patience and perseverance, my friend. Ooh. Hey there, big fella. Come here. Whoa. Come here, I got something to ask you. What was that? You should go investigate. What was that? Oh.
Any last words?
You boys should be embarrassed. What are you doing, fella? All your homies just got murked. What are you doing? Hiding in the corner. Hiding in the corner. You, sir, are a disgrace. To the captain. Joffrey was unable to retrieve the reals and treasures from the wreck. He drowned before he could reach the chest. His body was lost to the tides, but I am arranging for his belongings to be sent back to his family in St. Albans. We will need to send another man. My humble recommendation is to dispatch one who can actually swim. You think? You think? All right, so that means that there is... Yes, dear. Okay. When? Okay. Let me just... Yep. All right. Where? Wait, where? Okay. I'll pull into the Days and Nights, the parking lot behind it. Because it's... Yeah, but it's much easier to get it in and out of the Days and Nights parking lot. Alright. Bye. Alright, that was the wife. That was the wife. It is time for me to go. But before we go, let's go get this viewpoint. Let's do that before we go. Where is it? All right, where's this viewpoint? There it is. Get up on the thing, bro. Thank you. Synchronize. Yeah, this is a pretty good game, man. This is a pretty good game. Oh shit, look, there's more dudes down there. How do they not see me? You guys are dumb. All right. Well, that's going to be it for me for the day. Save. I got to go pick up the wife. So that is going to be it. I'm going to get out of here. As always, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for spending time with me. I love you. I appreciate you. Whoops. I need to keep the microphone here. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. Stay blessed. Have fun. Play games. Take care of each other. All that good stuff. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so stream is probably going to be late again tomorrow. I know schedule's all screwed up this week. It's probably going to be all screwed up next week too, because we've got a guest staying. So just a heads up. But we are going to stream tomorrow. We'll just be a little bit late. And we're probably going to check out Palworld tomorrow. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. As always, have a wonderful evening. I am out of here for now. Bye.